Everyone, happy Sunday. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. Welcome to week 8 of our grade 9 business course, e-learning, October 23rd to the 27th. It's hard to believe that we are already at the end of October and we're looking forward to Halloween next week. The time is just utterly flying by. So we're moving really close to midterms at this point, and I just want you to know that as we finish off the Unit 1 content this week, once I have all of the marks cleaned up from the first unit, I will be sending you all an email so that you know where your marks are sitting, just so you have that transparency and that information. Okay, so this week is actually pretty straightforward with what we're working on because I rolled out a project last week, and as mentioned last week, you do have parts of this week to continue working on that project. So I won't go over the project with you in this instructional video, because I spent about 20 minutes teaching you what to do in the last instructional video from last week about this project. But this week is all about finishing up Unit 1, okay? So the very first thing, obviously, always on the agenda is completing your weekly attendance activity. So it's linked right in here for you, as well as here. Just do it once, okay? That's all you need to do to be marked as present for the entire week. You're going to continue this week with your personal brand website project. So this is a really big project. I rolled it out last 2 Sundays ago, and you had all of last week to get working on it. By now, you should be very close to being done this project. So if you're listening to this video and you haven't gotten started on it, or you're not very far into it, you're going to really need to prioritize it today as soon as possible, because your deadline for this is on Wednesday at 8 o'clock at night. I know that for this course, usually our deadlines are Mondays at 8 a.m. for the week after the work is assigned to you. But because sometimes, some projects are bigger than others, I like to give you more time. So you've had over 11 technically days to work on this project. So my expectations are high. And I am really looking forward to seeing what you will all work on and what you've all been creating. But again, that project is due on Wednesday at 8 p.m. in Dropbox. To submit the project, all you need to do is copy the live link of your website in the comment section of your submission. Okay, it's going to ask for you to upload a random document. It can be really anything that you would like to upload, but you'll also have to be uploading your video as well. So that there will be those 2 submissions as part of your submission for this project in Dropbox. Okay. With that being said, you have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week to continue working on this project. Always, of course, with me accessible to you if you need to pop into a Google Meet or ask me any questions. I would just say don't leave the questions until like Tuesday at the end of the school day, because with it being due with Wednesday the next day, I can't guarantee that I'll get back to you in time. So, and you've had all of last week to work on it. Okay, so just something to factor in. So like I said, I'm not going to go through this project in this instructional video because I went through it in detail last week. So go back to that video if you need that information, okay? So you're going to work on this project. It's due at 8 p.m. on Wednesday in Dropbox. And then you're going to do a test for Unit 1. Really what this is a reflection, okay? So you'll see this in Dropbox. If you pop into Dropbox in our course, you'll see that there is a Unit 1 test reflection. For this assignment, you have to just go into the assignment and make a copy of the document. Okay, it's not really a test. It's really just giving you an opportunity to reflect on your learning from this unit. So it's right here, Unit 1 test reflection. And everything from Unit 1 is here, obviously. So all of your learning is available and accessible to you. So you're going to make a copy of this document. Once you've made a copy of the document, as always, you're going to share it with me. Make sure that you share it with me and give me editing privileges. Okay, some of you are copying the links as your submission, but you're not giving me editing privileges, so I can't actually go into the document. So make sure, and some of you are not even sharing it with me still, and that's really problematic. So make sure that you're doing this, right? So the very first thing you do is you always share it with me, right? And make sure that you give me editing privileges. Okay, you're going to then go through and answer the questions that have been assigned to you. Okay, so tell me about the wonderful world of business. Why does it help us as students in regular life to take business classes? What have you learned specifically in this course so far that highlights this? Okay, so you want these to be original answers, your own words. I'm not grading you on grammar, although make sure you're doing your very best in your writing. But I want your answers to be specific to what we learned already in this course. Okay, so getting, specific and clear about the things we've already talked about. That's what I'm looking for, okay, in this test. What this is going to do is just show me how present you've been in during this unit, how much you're paying attention, how much you're doing the work, how much you're listening to the lessons and going through the material, okay? And all the material is available for you, obviously still in Dropbox. And if you pop into content of the course, all of the weekly agendas are available to you. If you need to go back and review the material, as well as the unit materials are all available for you here as well. Okay, so there's so much information available to you. You just have to go through it and make sure that your answers directly connect to what we've learned in this unit. Okay. And then when you're done with that, you're going to submit to the document by copying the link as your submission to Dropbox. This is due on Monday at 8 a.m. And that's it. So you have the whole week this week to focus on 2 tasks. You're going to finish that Unit 1 project, that website, copy the link to your website as your submission to Dropbox, and upload your video. Make sure that your website is published, okay? Double check, like copy the link into another browser or send it to your parents and make sure that they can open up your website and see it. Sometimes I find that students think that they publish their website, but what ends up happening when I click on the link, it takes me to a login page where I need your username and password. So make sure you're publishing it properly and testing it before you submit it. And then when you're done that's due Wednesday at 8 p.m. You're going to do the Unit 1 test reflection, and that's due Monday at 8 a.m. as usual. And that's our week, okay? And then next week we jump into Unit 2, which is a lot of fun. We talk about social media and the impacts of social media and ethics in business, and students really enjoyed the material. So we're moving right along. I hope you have a great week. You know where to find me if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will see you online.